Hi, Kevin Henry, the Group Editorial Director for UBM Medica's Dental Division, and I'm on a Google Hangout today with my friend and the front desk lady, Lisa Marie Spradley. How are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. How are you, Kevin?
I am good, and before we get started talking about today's topic, you've got some exciting news that's happened recently, and I'd love for you to kind of share it with our viewers.
Oh, I'd be happy to. So it was recently announced that for the ADOM days, which are events that are done like at state meetings or sometimes businesses like Henry Schein will sponsor an ADOM day, which is where we go in and we talk a little bit about a subject. My subject, of course, would be communication, and then we host a live forum. And it's if you've ever been to an ADOM conference and seen the live forums, they're a wonderful, dynamic, just event where people are getting together and problem solving. So I get to officially go do that. My first one is in Austin, and I'm very excited. I love ADOM, you know that, and I love being able to share it with as many practice administrators as we can.
Absolutely, and the thing about this is, like you said, it's kind of going around the country, so a lot of people will have an opportunity to attend. Do they go to the ADOM website to get more information on what might be coming near to them, or how's the best way to do that?
Definitely, because on the new web page they have a site for continuing education and upcoming events, and I believe right now all of the ADOM days that are scheduled are listed in that continuing education.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on that. I know that you'll spread a lot of knowledge all around the country. It's a great thing.
It is very excited, and I hope I spread a lot of knowledge.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to spread a little bit of knowledge this morning while we're talking about fees. It's a hot topic, especially as the year has now started and we're really into it. Uh, as an office manager, how do you keep track of the fees in your practice and how you compare versus other practices in your area?
Well, it's one of those things we have to stay on top of. Hopefully, your dentist is involved in it with you. I'm very blessed. I have a very proactive dentist, and he wants to, be a part of the process. So the best way to do it, of course, you have to know, what your most popular codes are, and then, look at what you're paying for. Whatever supplies you use on that code, you incorporate your salaries for your team members. There's so many dynamics that you've got to get in there. As far as what other practices might be scheduled or charging, there's wonderful opportunities out there from different publications to get an idea of what percentile your fees are currently in. I think the biggest mistake that a lot of practices make is they try to determine their fees based on what they feel it's worth.
Yeah.
And that just really has no part of the process. You have to get into the numbers. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't like to do that deep digging, but you have to in order to make sure that you're charging not only something that's reasonable to other practices, but what's fair for the time that you're putting into that procedure.
And I'll put in a shameless plug here, but we have a lot of resources on our website. If you go to our site and search for Sikka, Sikka, you'll find a lot of fee data on our site, and hopefully that will help you down that road. But
Right.
you brought up something just a minute ago that was really important, I think, and it's something that I believe so strongly in. So many dental practices don't view themselves as a business so often. And this isn't something you guess, you feel, you think. Like you said, you've got to dive into the numbers and know.
Right, most definitely. But don't you think that a lot of why we don't think we're a business is because unfortunately that's kind of how patients see us. When a patient walks into the office and they don't think they have to pay, well, I didn't bring my checkbook, I didn't bring my credit card. And we both know that's not true. You're not stepping out of the house without some form of money, but they just don't think of themselves that way. And if we don't promote that image and that means believing in ourselves as a business, then it's just going to keep on being that way.
Yeah, they wouldn't walk into a Starbucks or a dry cleaners or anywhere else and say that
You
and expect to get what they want.
the Walmart analogy, how many times have you gone to Walmart, checked out, and said, "Just send me the bill"? It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah,
So
I don't think they'd like that. No.
no, so
So is last question for you. Is there like one um, section of the practice or one set of codes that maybe you find in your practice, or what you've heard from a lot of people, that some people are really shocked to go, oh my gosh, I should have checked that because we're charging way too little for this than we should be?
Well, I don't know that there's one area, but I will tell you, I mentioned about, checking what codes you're using most. Those are probably the codes that you are either over or under on. And for a lot of dentists, they feel like they're a general dentist, but they're really good at crowns, so they're going to charge this or charge that, and not that it's not worth it, but what you have to remember is you want to keep your prices fair to what your costs are. So I always encourage, practices when they're looking at their fee schedules. Make sure that, as I said, you're checking to see how much you're paying for supplies, and have a good idea of what the competition's doing, because I guarantee you they're watching yours.
Absolutely right. Great advice as always. And as always, I'd love for you to tell our viewers, if they want to find out more about you and what you do, where can they go?
Well, the easiest place to go is to frontdesklady.com. I encourage you to just check it out. Go to ADOM by all means. You'll see that update that we were talking about at the beginning of the program. And if you ever have a question, you can email me at lisamarie@frontdesklady.com. I do my best to answer the same day.
And you do a good job of it every time I bug you for information or anything else. So, as always, great to talk to you, my friend, and thanks so much for sharing your knowledge. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin. I always enjoy our phone calls. You have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.